Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent. We have a really good friend of Shell Bell's here, we are virtually meeting today. And you have been an instrumental person in Colter's life. And we are so grateful for all that you've done and all that you're doing. So we want to get to know you, and we want our listeners to get to know this fabulous person. Who do we have in the house today, Shama?
And this person gave Colter his voice. She helped Colter so much and engaged him in such a beautiful way that he started communicating. And we're so thankful for her. And whenever we make it out to Georgia, we're like, we have to stop and see Tara Mulvany. We have to see her. We love her so much. Tara's in the house. She's so amazing, so incredible, such a giver, such an incredible giver. And I can't wait to share her with the world.
Oh, you're so sweet. You didn't tell me you were going to make me cry. Come on. I wasn't ready for that.
So, Tara, you're an occupational therapist?
Yes, I am.
And you started ICTS in Newnan, Georgia. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. So what is ICTS?
ICTS is Interactive Children's Therapy Services. And we provide occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy. We didn't have PT before, Shelly, but we have it now. And also, our latest addition is our recreational therapist. So,
very
excited. Growing leaps and bounds. And oh my gosh, I'm just visualizing and rewinding all of our days prior to having our brand new building that we're in right now. Totally blessed. So,
oh my God, such an incredible journey. And Tara saw Colter in our home, and she's just so dynamic. I was like, oh my gosh,
I love it.
You are so talented. More people need access to you.
Yes. You're the facilitator of that. I was thinking of, before I came on, I wasn't sure what to expect and what you were wanting to learn or talk about that. So I was just visualizing 20 years backwards going, where do I start? And then aside from Jesus giving me the inspiration and the wisdom and the passion for these children, and my husband being supportive, when I think about the igniter of how Interactive Children's Therapy Services started, it is the Shelly Graby. 100%. My love for Colter just, grew beyond leaps and bounds. And you were the one that provided me that cognitive outlet of creativity.
Yeah.
Relentlessly giving me permission to be myself and discover who I was and how I could make a difference, because you had more faith in me than I even knew I had in myself.
Oh my gosh.
So absolutely, Shelly, a true inspiration. You were the first person I called when we got the blessing and the news that we were going to be able to have a new building provided by just, some really good friends and the grace of God, and said, you guys need to make even a bigger difference in the community. And doors have been opened left and right over the past year. We are 1 year in as of February in the new space. And we're now up to 20 therapists. And I said to Greg the other day, I said, I feel really bad for saying this because it's been a true blessing, but we've already outgrown our space.
Oh, wow.
Morgan's facilitated summer camps just a couple months ago, and they're all full.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's crazy. We were just so excited to be providing services. So,
well, and a conversation Tara and I had very early on is, if you build it, they will come. I mean, if you
that's the quote that continually just invades my brain whenever I say, this is, okay, God, I'm ready to put the brakes on, moving forward and getting bigger. And this is a lot. This is so much. And then, he's like, who do you think you are? And then I hear Shelly going, if you build it, they will come. Like 20 years ago, and it still stands true.
Oh my gosh. And so you started off, you were providing home services.
Yes.
And then within like a year, when did you start doing OT? Like what year?
Like what year did I graduate, or how did I come to Newnan and start OT?
When did you graduate?
1998.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And so you were seeing Colter in 2000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we opened up our building in 2003. So I haven't had to for over 20 years.
And in that space, you had how many therapists?
By the time we left the space, oh my gosh, you probably had 14 therapists. We were crammed on top of each other.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And now we're to 20 therapists, yeah.
And amazing. Can you share the story? This family saw what I saw in you and said, I'm going to give you a building. Here's a building.
Yeah. So some good friends of ours that we were literally just hanging out in the pool in the backyard, and people. I love my job. My kids are all my children. When people say, how many kids do you have? It's, about 488 at this point. Because I think that's what literally makes Interactive different is you're my family.
Yes.
The new evaluation that I just did, you're now my family.
Yes.
We as therapists, we have a foundation, but every child is so different.
Yes.
Every family comes with their own background, their own struggles, their own journey. And it's not our position to judge, to assume, to anticipate. It's our position to educate. It's our position to get fueled by their concerns and then just release whatever knowledge and wisdom we have with whatever they're going through. So, as occupational therapists or therapists in general, we get into this field because we literally love people. And so whenever we can do whatever we can to advocate for those people, for the family, to get them to know what resources are available, what theories, what foundations of practice are new and upcoming, what's old, what can we pull into their treatment session that, can help them move forward to the next level. That's what fuels us. That's our passion. That's what helps us move forward. So I totally just got distracted where that question was going. What was the initial part of the question?
No, I love it. It's telling the story of the family that.
Oh yeah. So anytime anybody asks me, what I do for a living, they love to hear stories. I can be totally transparent, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know if there was No, so
okay.
anyway, I get oftentimes and I don't know, you might too, Shelly, I'm not sure, but people say sometimes, well, isn't your job so depressing? Isn't it so sad to see, these families struggling and, parents that don't know how to play with their children and, what they're going to do in the future? And I'm like, it's the absolute opposite.
Yes.
We have the blessing and the opportunity to take, a mom who's scared, a dad who's angry, a child who just wants to connect.
Yeah.
And we pull those worlds together and we educate and we foster and we love and we hold and we strengthen and we fight the battle with them. And I have goosebumps because that's the whole purpose, right? Sometimes in the medical field, we get lost in what certain governmental entities tell us how we're supposed to do it based on this particular diagnosis. And that's so wrong. Yeah. We're not treating a diagnosis. We're loving on families. And when you can connect that and move forward, it makes all the difference. And so when my friends ask me, wow, you're 54, you're still getting up and down off the floor. You still get so excited to talk about your job. I wish I lived my job like that. And I'm like, I do. These children, number one, teach us new stuff every day. We have the ability to just be creative and live outside of the box that the world wants us to live in. And because of that, these friends saw, I guess, and heard the really cool stories that I would tell and our passion for what we do. Greg, from an administrative standpoint and, business and defining human resources, what can we afford? What can't we afford? How much further can we push forward? How many therapists can we hire? And that is a literal business struggle. The insurance companies aren't there to help us make money. They're there to say, no, how can we not provide, this service, unfortunately. So, so we embody this family of therapists and coworkers that all have the same passion to fight for the children and fight for the families. And our friends saw that passion. And because it is contagious, they're like, look, we're not going to hand this to you, but we have the resources that you've been looking for over 20 years. There have been buildings for sale. There have been lots for sale. And in this industry, commercially, if you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars at your fingertips to put down, you just can't afford to take that next business step. Yeah. They saw that, they heard that, they saw us and our passion, and they wanted to fulfill that. And so they made it happen. And it's so very exciting. So here we are, a 12,000 square foot building, already bursting at the seams after 1 year. I don't know if you know Shelly or not, but our recent answer to prayer has been, we have a family who has wanted to start a school for children with special needs in our community. And she's been begging me and begging me and begging me. And up to, the first year of being open is just, mind boggling. Your brain is just going in 50 million directions. And I was on my way to work one day and she texted me and she's like, just in case, you're still thinking about this and you're still on the fence, I just want to put this, this little bug in your ear. And I was like, good Lord, I can't, that's just too much for me to handle. Why am I faced with the decision of opening a school at the clinic when I haven't even been open a year yet? We're already juggling too much. Right. It's like, who are you to crush somebody's dream? Where have I taken you? Where are you from? What is going on with you? So I was like, oh gosh, you're right. So I brainstormed with Greg that night, and literally within days, it's coming to fruition. There is a school starting in the education center in the resource room in the back of our building. It's one room. And literally door after door after door after door has been open. Within just a matter of weeks, the accreditation is already pending. And so many avenues have been opened. And I think the first year they're going to be starting with 6 children. And of course, in therapy style, those children will get OT, PT, speech, rec therapy throughout the day. And Morgan is the recreational therapist, so providing all those extracurriculars. And then they have this beautiful teacher who is coming over, and she's everybody, same heart, same passion, same mind, just to provide for these children who just need more.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I love that. We have a amazing school in Austin called Rosedale.
Cool.
And it has a foundation. It might be something you might enjoy when you come and visit us in Austin.
Yes.
Just to see where your dream can take you.
Oh yeah. It is a public school for severely disabled children. And it is inside, it definitely has PT, OT, speech, and rec therapy. But it also has a medical office because so many of the kids have medical needs. And the doctor and nurses on campus.
Oh, wow.
I know.
That would be fantastic.
So you're doing the good work. Yeah. I just always think it's so cool to see where your dreams can take you.
Yeah.
Because there's such a need. I work with special needs students with behaviors, but there's such a need. I think if their parents would have put them in OT and play therapy and rec therapy early on, a lot of their behaviors would not be as exasperated as they are, So we in our school we have speech and OT, but the OT does not touch what you as a private therapist do, and in your practice, they basically are just, can you write? Can you type? That's all they're, or trying to find a way for them to do their school work. And I'm like, but there's a bigger picture. They need a whole, like,
right. And I think that's what is exciting me now about the school because, Shelly, you probably know if somebody, I have friends, great friends who are school therapists, and, that's fantastic. And I pray that they can bring what they learned in private practice into the school system. There's just so many children in the schools that need to be served, and they don't have the time or the resources to do that. So that's what's exciting me about the Lighthouse that's coming into interactive. There's no governmental agency or head company that's going to tell our therapists, well, you can only work on handwriting, because we all know foundationally that's cut it.
Yeah, it's not enough.
It's not enough. Absolutely. For me and for my theory and my foundation, watching the child first walk into the setting, and if they're all disorganized, if I throw a pencil in their hand, I'm like, well, that's a little crazy.
Yeah.
I'd be taking the pencil and putting it somewhere that they wouldn't be happy about. But, we need movement. We need emotional engagement. We need connection. All of it has to happen first.
Yeah.
I tell, my students, we take a lot of now doctoral capstone students, level 2 fieldwork, occupational therapy, speech, and PT students. And they come in and they've got all these amazing new, fresh knowledge of neuro and anatomy and what the textbook says. And then I'm like, I want you to just take that out of your brain for a minute. Let's play a little, compartmentalization game and put that on the table. Now I want your pre-K personality to come out. I want your high school, your middle school, whatever age that child is that you're about to evaluate and serve. I want you to connect with them. They're people first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they don't connect with you and they feel your angst because you can't remember the lateral geniculate gyri whatever in the brain, it means nothing. They want to love you. They want you to love them. They want that feeling that you get when they look in your eyes and it feels like they just looked deep into your soul is like no other. I don't care
want that connection.
Yeah.
And that was Tara and Colter. Like they looked at each other like they were in their own little universe. And Jody, this is crazy. Like she sees Colter and his dysregulation, and I mean, on the spot, she was like, "Do you have any peanut butter?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she just froze peanut butter all over his body, and then rolls him in our backyard. And he looks at her like, You are everything. I love you so much. And we were just like, and then he started talking, and it was just like, what the hell just happened?
Right.
And nobody's going to teach you that they're
not going to say, go get peanut butter.
They're definitely not going to teach you that in OT school. Yeah. I don't know how much they teach you about waiting for the connection.
Yeah.
We live in this fast-paced society where it's like, okay, I'm going to check all these boxes. I wrote these goals. I have to work on these goals. I have to meet this so the insurance company pays for this service. And we forget that it takes time to establish relationships, right?
Yes.
And the way I bond with someone and the way you bond with someone and the amount of time it takes for you to create that connectivity of trust. Think about it, as an adult. You don't walk into a room full of people and be like, you're my BFF. I trust you relentlessly. No.
Right.
It takes time. It takes communication. It takes vulnerability and transparency. And when the children can feel that, then you can establish those goals. You can work on that later. And there's a way to justify that too, subjectively in your reporting too. So people are just,
agree. Well, I think we are in we want results. We want it now.
Yep.
And especially when you have money and insurance backing it, they want that quick. Let's go. What are you waiting to do? It's like, it's now that you're at a food restaurant.
Now, we don't say the F word around the practice, and the F word is fix. I'm not fixing anyone because there's not a broken something. Right? It's a something that just needs more development. It's a something that just needs more whether it's compassion or whether it's objective therapeutic framework, like what is it that I can facilitate so we can move forward? And there are just so many dynamics levels to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I just love your passion. I can feel it. I mean, you're all the way in Georgia, and I feel it all the way over here in Texas.
That's right. How does somebody, I went to your website, how does somebody like that wants to donate or support or engage, do y'all have like a wish list or?
Oh man, they have a huge wish list. I don't know other than so Lighthouse Academy for Special Needs. It's Lighthouse C Special Education Academy. They have a nonprofit organization that they facilitate or accompany with, Ellie and Friends. And because of the, I guess, I don't know what the word is, but camaraderie between the two companies, they do a lot of sponsorships to our kids.
Okay.
So like they've sponsored children that can't afford the summer camps to go through summer camps. They have sponsored various equipment for particular children. If they don't have the resources, you have to have the insurance to pay for the equipment and whatnot. If it's durable medical equipment, most of the time it's paid. But the issue I'm having right now is it's taking months to get that equipment.
Yeah.
And so I'm literally in, having to pull Mama Tara, I'm going to, kick your tail to this big, huge company right now because they've dropped the ball so many times. I have this 12-month-old baby who has a severe seizure disorder, and it is a safety risk for Mama to have her in the bathtub. She's a big girl and her movements are uncontrollable, and the company that needs to provide that equipment has dropped the ball. So I'm like, how can I buy this for her? And so it's situations like that where Lighthouse comes, or Ellie and Friends is a nonprofit organization where they come in and like, let's see what we can do in the meantime.
Okay. Okay. So on Ellie and Friends, can we like donate and identify y'all as?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll share that. Just so you know, we are part of, Jody and I sit on, a nonprofit called CPAP, and it supports people in Central Texas that have cerebral palsy. And we have an equipment closet that, if you are in need of something, they will ship it and they will get it. Yeah. And they have wheelchairs and all of the foot braces. And so I'll send you a link to that. It's an incredible organization.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. And it's a great model of, people, the kids age out, they grow out of equipment.
Absolutely.
And doing these kind of exchanges and stuff like that. We have somebody on our board that he repairs everything and has everything ready to go. It's incredible. And so I'll share that with you.
If we have families here because I do have families ask me all the time, hey, I've got this activity chair. Do you guys need it? And, we do sometimes do that, or we'll take it and then we kind of bring it to that next family who
exactly
is waiting. If there's a situation where we don't need it, will that nonprofit pay for the shipping for the equipment to come from here to you all?
I don't know. I'll ask that. That's possibly a question. Yeah.
Because they outsource to all over the world. Yeah. So they have specialized equipment, even for like sports, where you have to have a special wheelchair. But I just love all the connections and how people are helping.
Yeah.
And I love that it's not about fixing, it's about connecting, and it's about, what can we do to help somebody communicate and be able to have the best life that they possibly can have with their situation. So, I mean, this is so inspiring. I love the peanut butter idea. I used to have a student, she had a lot of sensory needs and it was coming out very angry. Mm-hmm. And she had a lot of trauma, but I would get those big pools, those, blue pools that you get at like Walmart. and I would put rice in there, and she would just cover her body with that rice. She couldn't get enough of it. But the rats were so bad, we had to get rid of
There was a mixture of rice and rat toppings.
Like, I might just move to sand. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's go back a little bit. Tara, you grew up in Florida?
Yes, I was born in New Jersey until I was 10. So all my extended cousins are still up there in New Jersey.
Okay.
I do have a brother-in-law and a sister-in-law who live in Texas. They're in Houston.
Okay.
And then we moved to Florida, West Palm, when I was 10. So from that point forward, all the way through graduate school, I lived in Florida. West Palm until college, and then UCF, University of Central Florida, go Knights. And then after that, Nova Southeastern in Davie, Florida. That's where Greg and I got married. We met when I was at UCF. And then moved to Newnan. Well, he was at Sunbelt Rentals, and he did these concrete road shows all up and down the East Coast. And when he was sent to Atlanta, his boss was like, "You don't want to live there. There's too much traffic. So you should try Newnan." And that's how this little tiny Newnan town came into the picture.
Wow.
That's
great.
Yeah.
That's right. And you have two beautiful girls.
Yes.
And one of them, Morgan, is working with you now.
Yes, she's my recreational therapist.
That's amazing.
And are both of your girls in Newnan?
So Morgan and her husband, Kyle, they've moved back to Newnan. So she's working, as the rec therapist. He's at West Georgia getting his master's in pre-med, biomed to try and get into PA school. And Megan graduates in December from University of Georgia Southern University in Statesboro. And she graduates in December with her degree in PR. Public relations. She writes.
And
she calls me to read. I go on walks and she calls me to read her papers. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cool to have adult kids. And you're just like, wow, you have a talent that I know you're your mom, but this is really cool. It's so fun to watch it be successful.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. Yeah. And it's Greg from Florida?
So Greg grew up he was born in Jacksonville. He's a Navy, maybe I don't want to say Navy brat because he's not a brat, but Dad was in the Navy, and so they were all over the place, but he primarily grew up in Florida as well, Jacksonville.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what is your long-term plan? Are you going to retire ever?
I cannot imagine myself ever retiring, Shelly.
Oh my gosh.
What would I do? I don't know.
I know all of South Georgia is like, thank God that you're not going to retire.
Or not. They're probably like, just be quiet for 2 seconds.
No way.
No, I love it. I think, I try and stay active so I don't get too stiff getting up and down off the floor all day long. But, even if I got to put a chair in there, I could do therapy on table. I don't know. I just kind of see myself retiring. I do see, it's so fun how, the way Morgan has kind of come into this really cool recreational therapy role. And the school, the way it's brought other opportunities. And we're in this building and we've got one of the kind of headaches with building is there's so many codes. I'm sure everybody has to deal with that. But we've got these 3 acres, and a big part of it is a detention pond and then a bio-retention pond. And so that takes up a lot of land. Well, they're like, well, if you paid $600,000, you could move the parking lot, cover the ponds, and then you'd have all this land over here where you could expand and put more building, more, a school or whatever. So when you say long-term plan for the business, that's kind of where my brain goes.
Oh, wow.
Just to be able to kind of make it, because I was just talking to one of the girls last night that started in the school, and she's like, we have already people that are wanting to be on a waiting list. How do we expand? Do we expand to the younger age? Do we expand to the older age? Because right now it's like 6 to 9 is like this age bracket.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? We're just going to be like, what do we do, God? Because, there's so many kids that need help.
So many.
And I think that's where my brain goes when it comes to future.
Yes. Oh my land.
You're still in the middle of it. So
Yeah, very fresh middle.
when somebody's as passionate as you are, it definitely it takes over much of your life. But what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun?
Yeah,
I love to play pickleball.
awesome.
My mother, who is 76 years old, plays pickleball at least 4 hours every single day.
Wow.
Oh my land.
Yeah, so anytime she knows my schedule and she'll text me, hello, it's Friday morning at 8 o'clock. Do you want to come meet me at the pickleball court? So depending on how exhausted I am for the week, I will take her up on that. And Greg and I go out there and we play pickleball with her and all her friends. And they are a lively bunch, I will say. It is humbling when you get your butt kicked by an 83-year-old woman on the pickleball court.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love to go for walks. Greg and I love to go kayaking. Our fun, kind of get away from it all place. We love to go to Hilton Head. And up super early in the morning, we bring our kayaks and we love to just kayak through the water and look for dolphins.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very beautiful. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
It is. I love that.
Yeah.
We did that down in Fort Myers.
Oh, yeah.
Kayaking and all the dolphins and what else? The manatees.
Manatees. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so
I know. I tell Brian out as real. I'm all about, when I die, I want my funeral to be everybody joins us with kayaks, or not us because I'll be at ashes, but a whole parade of kayaks. You go find a pot of dolphins and just throw my ashes out there and have a race thing. How cool would that be?
Oh my gosh.
So yeah. But of course, anytime I have to spend with my kids.
Yeah.
Best. So.
Yeah. Your girls are incredible.
oh my gosh.
They are. So it's been fun to watch them grow up online.
Oh, right? I know. It's been so funny. The online social media is a blessing and a curse all at the same time. It's lovely that we get to connect with people and keep watching them. And
Yeah.
so,
Well, I'm putting it out to the world. It's like Tara has a vision and the capability of doing it. Everybody throw money at her and let her go.
yeah. And my big vision for whether it's where we're at now or more land in the future, I want so bad. And I do want to take you up on it, Shelly. I want to get Morgan and go out there to Texas and see some super cool outdoor therapy areas. These children do not get outside enough. So in 2 of the gyms in our clinic, we have trifold doors. They open up to a huge fenced area.
Yeah.
And just getting the funding to outsource that area to get some of that equipment out there is a huge dream.
Yeah. Wow.
Because it does make such a difference when you take their shoes and socks off and you just run out there. We will find a mud puddle. We will find a clay area that hasn't been covered in grass or just the grass.
Yeah.
And we have fun out there, and it makes a big difference from a therapeutic vision perspective.
Yeah.
Vestibular, proprioception, all those big therapy terms I could throw at you right now, but huge difference in the way they see you, the way they are seen, and then also just the way they perceive outdoors.
Yeah.
So it
is. We have this incredible park called Morgan's Wonderland.
Oh,
isn't that incredible? And they offer for community members, like you could bring a group of families here, and they have a place for them to stay. And it's for all abilities. It's in San Antonio. It is incredible, and that's what. Yeah, she needs to see that park. Tell her to Google that park. I will be blown away.
Okay.
They work like you could get Ellie and Friends as a nonprofit and bring families to experience that.
That would be awesome.
I think that is something y'all would want to duplicate.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, it is everything. It is water park, water features, zip lining for with all the gear, no matter what your body ability. I mean, just such a real life experience. And the organization CPAP that we work with, they take a group down there twice a year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's free
Yeah.
to the families, and it's just
Okay.
yeah.
It sounds a lot like, so Morgan came from Camp Twin Lakes. She worked there for 4 years, and very similar. So her experience is in the adaptive sports, adaptive equipment, adaptive zip lining, and man, so cool.
Such a dream.
I'd absolutely love to replicate that. So,
Yeah. So, and then Morgan's Wonderland too, and it's named after her.
yeah, right?
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. This is what I've always loved about Tara, is she always had the vision. Yeah. And the talent and the gift. And it was just like, I mean, give her whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Let her go with it.
Yes. We need to manifest it.
Exactly. So incredible. We love you so much.
We are so impressed. Please come to us again, and we'd love to spend time with you and your family. Your vision and your mission are it's something that the world needs. So
yes,
like get in there and
thank you.
have fun in this. So thank you for spending your morning with us.
Of course, I was so excited. I got your text yesterday. I'm like, oh, Greg, Shelly, Greg wants to interview. I love you so much, and I love you. You know, you fueled this fire, girlfriend. You know that. I tell everyone, yeah. And with Colter, still calls to sing me happy birthday when I will never forget that.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
You're on his calendar every year.
That's precious. I love
He
you.
loves his calendars.
We definitely need to plan a trip for sure.
Oh yes, we need to get back out there for sure. He's been asking, so
Oh, good.
yeah, we love you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Awesome. Texas.
Bye.
Hey, hi.